Man, I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous, but I'm nervous. Stay with me. Pray for me today. Come on in, family. Come in. Give you guys a little bit. I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit. Adjust it a little bit more. What's up? What's up? What's up? Come on in, family. Come on in. I'll give you guys a little bit. Come up in here. What's up, Port of Nonsense? Hey, can you tell me how's the sound? Port of Nonsense. What's up? Hey, how's the sound quality, Portal? Man. Yeah, I'm in the hall. I apologize about that. It's like real windy outside. And so the sound's gonna be worse outside. What's up, Adrian? You can tell by these bricks behind me. I'm in the hallway. And so, cool, thank you, I appreciate that. Man, we're gonna get started. Man, on behalf of my mother-in-law, man, may God bless each and every one of you that are here on this live. For those of you that catch this on the replay, YouTube replay, man, may God bless you as well. Family, we're gonna go ahead and get started. What's up, Jose? What part of New York are you in, Jose? What's up, B? Thomas, what's up, brother? Jose, let me know what part of New York you're in. So, man, family, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Morgan, what's up? The Bronx, huh? Man, we're gonna have to meet up one time. All of my people out here in NYC, we're gonna have to hook up one time. I'm out here in, was it Coney Island? So, yeah, I'm out here in Coney Island, so. We're talking about breathe, relax, you got this. That's what we're gonna talk about today. Years ago, I'm a certified rescue scuba diver, PADI certified. I love the ocean. That's like, I'm like a fish in water. You know what I mean? I'm a fish in water. I love fish. I love water. I'm a Pisces, so it's natural for me. My beautiful queen got this beautiful, I took off my crystals, except for my turquoise, because, man, that's part of who I am, as far as part Native American. But, man, my queen got this, had this, Carter, what's up? This piece made, it's sea lion, a sea lion tooth, some jade, right, piece of jade, and piece of labradorite right here. But I don't know if you guys can see the quality of this, but it's freaking, it's bad. It's freaking badass. But yeah, and it was scuba diving. I love the ocean. I love the water. Years ago, I was in Guam, and I went through the open water scuba diving course. What's up, babe? Went through the open water scuba course. Then I went through the advanced scuba course, and then went into the rescue scuba course. And part of the open water, advanced water, you could go like 120 feet deep under the water. You could scuba dive at night. You could do shipwrecks and all this other stuff. And so, man, a friend of mine, we went out and, we was hunting some lobsters. I had a spear gun. I'm like Rambo, you know what I mean? I'm Rambo in the water and in the woods. That's just me, And so I had this spear gun in me, had a big knife on my ankle, just ready for whatever. And so we're out there scuba diving, and you're supposed to scuba dive as partners, as team, and we got disconnected. What's up, Kathy? We got disconnected. I had my flashlight, he had his flashlight. Man, I'm catching all this fish. And one of the things that we had to do, because there were reef sharks out there, was up Eileen, there were barracuda out there, just a whole bunch of predator fish, eels the size of my legs. And so we would have a net that we would catch the fish and lobster in, and we'd put them in that, like a netting, and we'd have it strapped to like a jug of water, just floating, and a rope going up to it. So we'll pull the rope down. What's up, B? We'll pull the rope down, put the fish or the lobster inside of it, let it go back up to the top. That way, if a shark or whatever wanted to attack the fish, man, it would attack the fish way above us, and we didn't get bit in the process. And so we're going through all these different things, right? And we're separated, me and my partner are separated. And he's out chasing some lobster, and I'm over here going through this shipwreck. And I'm looking for lobster down here. And something moved in the water. And I'm ramble, but I know my limits. You know what I mean? I know my limits. And so it spooked me, right? Because it was something freaking huge. And it's like there's a bunch of big octopus and a bunch of stuff out there in the oceans, right? And so I'm like, oh my God. So I'm trying to go up to the water, to the surface. And I could see the stars. I'm like maybe 20 feet underneath. I could see where the water's crashing down at the surface. And I go up, not understanding, not realizing that I'm in a ship and there's this hole in the ship, right? And I go up and I get stuck. My tank gets stuck on the ship. And my hand is out of the water. And now I start hyperventilating. I don't know what happened. I freaked out. Stay with me. We're talking about breathe, relax. You got this. I started hyperventilating. I got scared. My hand was out of the water. And now I'm kicking. I have fins on. I'm kicking. And what's up, Eileen? And man, I just kicked up all this sand, all this silt, everything. You couldn't see anything around me, right? And I'm hyperventilating. And I'm scared. And I'm stuck in the ship. I can't get out. I can't get above. I can't get below. I'm stuck. And I just saw something freaking massive swim by, right? And I don't know what it was. And so I'm like tripping out, like, man, I'm stuck, you know, and I'm splashing my hand, hitting the water. It's like, dang, nobody's gonna hear it because of the waves. My partner's not gonna hear that because he's down underwater. And I done kicked up all this silt, all this dirt, all around sand, all around me. So you can't even see me because of all the sand, all the dirt, and all the other stuff that I done kicked up. And so I'm tripping out, and I hear this voice, Elijah, breathe, relax. You're not breathing, you're panicking. There's a difference, relax. And I kept hearing that voice, but then the more I heard it in the beginning, the harder I kicked. Because I'm getting more paranoid, I'm getting more freaked out, right? Because I can't get loose, I'm stuck. I'm trapped. And the great majority of us, man, we go through something in life and we get stuck there. We go through something in life and we get paranoid. We go through something in life and it fucks us up. You know what I mean? It hurts us bad. We go through something in life and man, it breaks our heart and we get trapped right there. And then we go into the fight or flight mode. You know what I mean? We go into survival mode. We're not thinking logically. We're not trying to meditate. We're not trying to connect to God. Man, we're just in survival mode. I don't give a fuck about what's going on around me. Man, I'm just trying to get out of this shit right here. I don't give a fuck about the future because I'm about to die in this shit right here. So I'm in survival mode. I just got to make it through this moment right here. And so we're not thinking logically. Stay with me. And that's the great majority of us. See, so many of us, we're in that ship. We're stuck in that ship. We're stuck in that hole. Whatever your hole is in life, whether it's the fact that you just got laid off your job, whether it's the fact that you just got evicted, whether it's the fact that somebody just left you, somebody just broke your heart, you're stuck. Somebody just died, whatever it is, you got stuck. And you're stuck there and you're panicking. You're in fight or flight. And what God is trying to say to each and every one of us, man, just relax. And that's easier said than done. But I had to learn, and I'm speaking from experience. I had to sit there and it's like, okay, God. I couldn't get myself unstuck until I relaxed. I couldn't get myself unstuck until I connected to God. Until I got in alignment with God. Because Elijah, I'm just kicking and making a mess, making it harder for anybody to see me. I'm making it a whole lot worse. And that's what most of us do. We wig out with whatever we're going through. And because we're in fight or flight, man, we start cussing out people. We're ready to fight. Man, we just lose our rabbit ass mind. We go ape shit. And we make the problem so much worse. Or there's like, man, fuck it. Bitches ain't shit. I'm going out getting drunk. Dudes ain't shit. We start slamming dope, smoking shit, doing all kinds. And all we're doing is making the problem worse. We're compounding the problem. We're taking our mind off of it, but we're compounding the problem. The problem is not going to go away because you got drunk. The problem's not going to go away because you don't went and slept with somebody else. The problem's not going to go away because you slamming dope now. You're compounding the problem. You're making it worse. The problem's not going to go away because you're sitting there cutting on your fucking wrist because you want to commit suicide. Man, breathe. How do you breathe? Man, you get in alignment. It's like, okay, God, as long as I focus on my problem, and this is what we have to learn, as long as we focus on our problem, the problem will always be there. Stay with me. As long as we focus on the problem doesn't go away. What made the problem go away for me was taking my mind off the problem and connecting to God. I was stuck in this shit, couldn't get out. Physically stuck. I couldn't get out my jacket. I couldn't get the tank off. I'm physically stuck. And because I'm hyperventilating, man, I'm sucking down my oxygen. And if I don't calm down, I'm gonna run out of air and die. And so God is telling me, Elijah, breathe, breathe, relax. Once you relax, you're getting connected to me. And how do you relax? Get connected to God. Put my mind on God. And what I mean, and I'm not talking about church. Okay, God, I tried to make the problem better. I did what I thought came naturally, instinctively, and I made the problem worse. Because I kicked up all this sand, I kicked up all this silt, and now I can't see shit around me. And that's what we do. We make the problem so much worse by overreacting. And what God is saying, man, just relax, relax. You got this. You got this. But in order to get this, in order to make it through this, you have to relax. In order to make it through this, man, put your eyes, put your thoughts on God. God, I didn't come here to die in this ship. God, I didn't come here to die in this hell or wherever you're at. You didn't die. You didn't come here just to die right here. God, how do I make it out of this situation? How do I make it out of this situation? God, here I am. Not that I'm ready to die, but I'm giving up control. Stay with me. Because you were in control when you made the mess. You did what you thought was best, and you made the problem worse. So by getting connected to God and humbling yourself and saying, okay, you know what? I don't know what's best. Because I thought I was doing best by kicking my feet, trying to get up. I thought I was doing best by fighting, and all I did was make myself more stuck. And once I got connected to God, it's like, all right, I relaxed. And I realized something. I just started looking at the stars. And I'm smiling to myself. And I'm thinking, I can see the stars, but nobody can see me. My hand is out of the water, but I can't get any fresh air. If I don't relax, if I don't calm down, I'm gonna die in this hellhole. If you don't relax, if you don't calm down and breathe, learn how to meditate, learn how to connect with God, wherever you're stuck at is where you're gonna be stuck at. The only way to get out of that hellhole is by connecting with God. And you only can connect with God by breathing and meditating. So as I'm sitting there just looking at the stars, God gave me the stars to focus on. I focus my mind not on being stuck. My first fear is I'm trapped in this hellhole. I can't shoot anything because I can't see anything. So I can't even really defend myself. I can't see if a shark is coming up. I can't see if an eel's coming up. I can't see if barracuda are coming. I can't see anything coming because I've created this mess. And so I had to take my mind off of that, because as long as you focus on the problem is always going to get worse. What you think about, you bring about. Focusing on the problem made me more scared. Focusing on the problem made me wig out even more. And so what God said, Elijah, focus on the stars. You can see the stars. Focus on the stars. And so I'm stuck there in the water, just looking up, and I could see the stars. And I don't know how long I was there, but when I looked back down, all the sand, all the silt, everything had calmed down. It's like you take a rock and you throw it in a puddle, and man, it gets all murky and all nasty and all that other stuff. And if you leave the water alone, all that murk, all that dirt, all that gook will settle back down to the ground. And all you have left is that clear puddle, that clear pond again. But as long as you're fighting, as long as you're throwing different stuff in that puddle, it's going to stay murky. As long as you're fighting up here in your head with whatever it is, your baby daddy, your baby mama, your kids, your mama, your daddy, whatever, as long as you're fighting up here, it's going to stay murky. It's going to stay cloudy. And so the only way to allow this crap to settle is stop thinking about it. Think about something higher, something better. And so as I look back down, I can see the sand, and I'm like maybe 10 feet from the ground. It's all crystal clear now. And for whatever reason, God told me just to shift to the left. That's not what I was doing initially. I was turning, doing all this other stuff, trying to fight it. And what God said was just shift to the left. And just shifting a little bit to the left, it was a little wider gap. And I was able to drop down. Sometimes we're fighting so much, thinking, man, we gotta have this big thing happen for us, when all we need to do is sidestep it. Take one step to the left, one step to the right. But that's too simple for most of us. We think we gotta have some big major movement in our life in order for us to get the freedom that we're looking for. In order for us to get what we want, we think there's something big has to happen. And God has said, no, relax. Just take a step to the left. Just take a step to the right and watch how things work out. Stop fighting it. Stop fighting. And so many of us, that's natural for us, because we've always been fighting. We've always been fighting. That's all we know how to do. And God is saying, stop fighting. Every time you fight, you make the problem bigger. Every time you fight, you make it worse. Why do you make it bigger? Because you're feeding it energy. You're feeding the problem energy. And how do you eliminate the problem? You starve it to death. And how do you starve the problem? You take back your energy. You deprive it of energy. And so by me focusing on the stars, I deprived the sand, the silt, the murk, everything around me. I gave it a chance to clear up, to do what it was going to naturally do. Me fighting kept it murky. Me fighting kept it where I couldn't see. Me fighting kept me trapped. But me shifting my thoughts, shifting my energy, shifting my focus, completely changed the whole problem. Changed everything. I'm here today because I learned that lesson from God. I'm here today because I survived that situation. You've gone through a lot. Every one of us has gone through a lot. But we have to grow up. We have to learn the lessons. We have to learn how to deprive our energy from all of that toxic, negative crap. And as long as you keep thinking about it, you're giving energy to it. As long as you keep bringing shit up from the past, whatever it is that you went through, whether you were molested, whether you were raped, whether somebody jacked you, somebody robbed you, whatever you went through, as long as you think about it, you're feeding it. Let me say it again. What's up, Scorpio? Glad that you made it home safely. You are in our thoughts and prayers. As long as you're focused on whatever pain was painful, whatever you're focused on, whatever hurt you, you're feeding it energy. You're giving it power. So whether it's your ex, your baby daddy, your baby mama, whatever, whoever, stop giving them your power. And you keep giving them your power by constantly fighting with them. You keep giving them power by going back and forth in stupid, ignorant ass text messages and emails and conversations. Oh no, this motherfucker did. I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna put him on straight. We're feeding into the negativity. Let the shit go. Let it go. It doesn't mean that you're letting them win. You're taking back your power so you can move beyond the craziness, so that you can move beyond where you're trapped or where you're stuck at. You can't get over them. You're never gonna get over your ex as long as you're thinking about them. You're never gonna get over being molested and raped and violated and all this other stuff as long as you're focused on it. As long as you're thinking about it, you're always gonna feel like a victim. Always. It's in letting it go. And what I mean, it's in shifting your attention to something more positive, shifting your attention to something more beautiful. Taking your mind off that low vibrating frequency and put it on a higher frequency. That's how you take your power back. That's how you shift your focus. See, many of you, you've been thinking about what your daddy did to you when you were a little girl, or what your mama did to you when you were a little boy, or whatever the case may be, what your siblings did to you. You've been thinking about all this crazy stuff. And as long as you think about it, you're feeding it power. And you're trapped. You take your power back by shifting your perspective. Letting that low vibration stuff go. It doesn't mean that you're giving in to them. All that you're saying is, you have no power over my life anymore. I'm not going to be a prisoner. I'm not going to be a slave to this situation anymore. I'm not going to be a prisoner. I'm not going to be held captive to whatever transpired 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. I'm free. I'm free. And the only way you get free is by shifting your perspective. And because we've done it for so long, it seems as though it comes naturally. That's what we know how to do because it's habitual. That's what we've done forever. And so it's easy for us to think about them. It's easy for us to think about all this shit that's transpired. And what God has said, man, take back control over your mind. Stop allowing your fears and your emotions to control you. Either you control your mind or your mind is going to control you. Either you control your ego or your ego is going to control you. Breathe. Relax. It's a crazy thing, man, when you take a big deep breath in and just let it go. Your body naturally relaxes. Anytime you take a big deep breath in and just it relaxes your body. You know what God has said, man? Breathe in new life. Breathe in new life. And let the old toxic shit go. Let that old drama, the chaos, and all that other, let that baggage go. You've held it long enough. It hasn't served you at all. Let it go. By exhaling, by releasing it. So every time you breathe and exhale, every time you breathe in, you're bringing in new oxygen. Every time you exhale, you're releasing toxic energy. Energy, air that no longer serves you. And we have to take that mentality with our minds. We have to take that same thought process with our spiritual being. Every time I breathe, and we breathe naturally. We don't even have to think about breathing. You don't even think about it, you just do it. You don't even think about breathing when you're asleep. Your body just does it. Your body naturally, on its own, breathes in air and releases air on its own. You don't even have to tell it to do it. It does it. We have to have that same mind frame with our emotions. Man, every chance I breathe in the fresh air, the power of now, living in the moment. Every time I take in the fresh air, I'm releasing some more stuff. I'm releasing some more trauma. I'm releasing some more pain, some more baggage, some more stuff that held me trapped, that held me as a prisoner. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. The truth is, the great majority of us are scared. The great majority of us are scared of letting that stuff go because we've taken that stuff on as our identity. That's who I am. That's what I'm about. And that's our whole persona, is the shit that we've gone through. Our whole identity is based around all the crap we've endured. Our whole identity is based on the fact that we've been dogged out so much. Our whole identity is based on the fact that, man, ain't shit ever went right. Don't nobody love me. Ain't nobody ever loved me. And as long as you have that thought process that nobody loves you, you'll never find the people that do love you. And as long as you have that thought process, man, shit ain't working for you, shit ain't never gonna work for you, you'll never see how things are working out for you. You'll never see that. You'll never see that. Why? Because you're focused on the wrong stuff. You're focused on the negative stuff. I share with you guys, quite a bit. Man, For the longest, I thought I was cursed. For the longest, I thought that meant I would never be happy. I thought that meant I would never have to have a queen in my life. I would never be in a healthy, loving relationship. Because it's the men on my side of the family, my dad's side of the family, it seemed as though, men, they were cursed. My grandfather, and they did some shiesty shit. I mean, some scandalous shit, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, you know? My dad, all my uncles, everybody. It's like it was a curse on the Broadway men. You know what I mean? And so it's like, man, I'm fucking damned. I'm cursed. I'll never be happy. All my relations is gonna end in fucking stupid shit. You know what I mean? But it wasn't until I let that shit go. It wasn't until I let all that madness go. It wasn't until I let that victim mentality of, man, there's nothing I could do about this, go. And then I learned to love me. When I learned to love me, man, I ran into my queen. As long as you're focused on the negative stuff, that's all you're going to see. I'll say it again. As long as you're focused on negative stuff, if all you focus on is, man, this kid just went into the school and shot up all these kids and these teachers, if all you're focused on is the negative stuff, if that's where your attention goes, that's where your energy flows. So if all you think about is stuff that hurts you and all the people that have hurt you, if that's what you think about, that's all you're going to see. That's all you're going to keep manifesting in your life. You have to shift your thought process. 2015, 2016, I was in China. And I think I've shared this once or twice before here on this platform. I was in China. 2014, my brother passed away from colon cancer. 2015, my wife at the time passed away from breast cancer. And I'm in China. And I'm traveling around China. I took my wife's ashes because we've always wanted to go there. I'm spreading her ashes all over China. But I was ready to die. I wanted to die. I tried to die in China. Stay with me. Because I couldn't take the pain anymore. I wanted to die. I did everything that I could over there to die. All my family was here in the States. But I went to China to spread my late wife's ashes. And in my mind, I wanted to see China before I died. And yet in China is where I got my rebirth. Yet in China is where I went from my cocoon stage into becoming a butterfly. What am I talking about? Man, when you're in that cocoon state, man, it's all dark. It's hell. You're lonely. You're isolated. There's nobody communicating with you. Nobody reaching out to you. Nobody partnering up with you. You're in complete isolation. In the cocoon stage. There's nothing but darkness around you. Nobody to talk to. Nobody to hug. Nobody to love you. Nobody to pat you on your back. And so it's easy to be in that cocoon state where all you see is darkness. And there's nobody there with you. And it'd be like, damn, why am I trying? Why should I keep going? Nobody even gives a fuck about me. I'm cursed. Let me just fucking end this shit because I can't get out of this fucking darkness. No matter what my intent, man, I'm a loving, caring, and giving person. And everybody takes it for granted. Nobody respects it. Nobody cherishes it. I was fucking broken. Why should I keep going? The world wasn't gonna miss me because the world didn't give a fuck about me. And so there, in my darkness, there in my cocoon, there in my complete isolation, I'm surrounded by 1 billion people, but I don't know the language. I'm surrounded by 1 billion people, and I can't communicate with any of them. After studying, I go up to my room, and I have my own room there in Charlotte, and man, the TV, I turned it on, and all it was Chinese, and I couldn't understand the language. So all it was just noise to me. So I just sat there and just started meditating. I sat there and it's like, okay, God, you got me in this populated country. I don't even like people like that, but you got me in the most populated country in the world. And I've never felt more lonely. You got me surrounded by almost 2 billion people, and I can't even communicate with them. God, what are you trying to show me? God, what am I supposed to learn from this? God, my wife just died. God, my brother just died. God, when do I get a fucking break? When do I get to be happy? When do I get some peace of mind? When can I have some happiness and some joy? All I've ever wanted to do was to help other people. But all that's ever happened to me was I got dogged the fuck out. I'm done. I'm checking out. But there in China, but for the grace of God, I would have been gone. This YouTube channel would have never came to fruition. All the people that I came back and helped and talked to and spoke into their life, I would have never done any of that because I would have checked out in 2016. But for the grace of God, I would have never met my beautiful queen. But for the grace of God. But in order for me to have all this stuff, in order for me to be able to make this platform where it's seen in over 70 freaking countries, I had to trust God. I had to get out of my ego. I had to get out of my emotions. I had to get out of my feelings. And I had to release it all. I had to let it go. And what do I mean let it go? I refuse to be a victim anymore. I refuse to be a doormat anymore. I wasn't gonna stop loving people. I wasn't gonna stop giving and trying to help everybody I could. I'm not gonna ever stop doing that. But what I had to do was change my thought process. So I could choose to be depressed and frustrated and bitter and angry that God took my brother, and then the next year he took my wife. I could be angry and bitter and frustrated over being molested as a kid, angry and bitter and depressed over my father killing my mom. I had a number of reasons why I could have and should have stayed a victim. All it took was for me to find one reason to change my perspective. There were millions of reasons to keep holding on to the past. Because that's what was normal. But God said, find one reason. Just one reason to change your perspective. And because I found just one reason to change my perspective, I'm still here today. I'm still here today. That reason, God, if I can help other people make it out of the darkness, if I can help other people make it out of whatever situation that has them stuck, if I can help other people make it out of the chaos and the turmoil that they're in, if I can help other people, man, just release the negative chains wrapped around their throats and their necks, God, so be it. God, if I can use my experiences and my pain and my suffering and help other people, if I could take all the shit that I've gone through and help one person, then so be it. Then so be it. Maybe that one person will go on and have a much better life than I ever will. Maybe that one kid, that young adult, that young lady, that young guy, that older person, if I could just help one person, man, maybe they could go on and live the dream that they've always wished for. Maybe they could go on and find the cure for cancer. Maybe they could go on and be this great leader that the world has always been waiting for. Maybe they could help millions of other people. If I could just help one. Just help me help one. And that's been my mentality ever since. Every day that I get on this platform, every day that I'm been a life coach or a mentor to somebody, every day that I meet somebody and I'm speaking into their life, God, help me help one. God, help me at least reach one. If I'm able to reach a lot more, man, so be it. But if I could just help one, because I know what it feels like to be suicidal. Because I know what it feels like to feel like you're all alone and nobody gives a fuck about you. I know what it feels like to be so full of love and yet receive no love. I'm gonna say that again. I know what it feels like to be this beacon of love, to radiate love, to have nothing but love, and yet nobody finds you worthy of loving you. I know that pain. I know that loneliness. I know that frustration. But what God had to show me at that moment was, Elijah, you don't feel as though nobody loves you. Because the truth is, you don't love you. Elijah, you feel so broken and so just rejected and just minimized by the world. The world don't minimize you. The world don't even know you yet. The truth is, Elijah, you're dismissing and invalidating yourself. And because you're dismissing and invalidating and hating yourself, you're projecting that on the rest of the world. Because you see all this chaos in your life, you're projecting that negativity on the rest of humanity. And so when he helped me shift my thinking and show me the importance of changing my thinking, man, that's become my drive. That's become my purpose. That was always my purpose. I just didn't know it. I didn't know it. Let me tell you guys something. The craziest shit that you go through, the darkness, the hell that you go through, that's creating the passion, the fire within you for your purpose, for you to walk your purpose. Trip. A lot of women who've been raped, they take on this mentality of, man, fucking guys ain't shit, and I'm never gonna be with another guy again, and woo-doo-doo, and they become negative and toxic. Stay with me. And then other women that have been raped, they take on this mentality, not another motherfucker. I'm gonna speak out on this bullshit, and I'm gonna be a voice for every woman that's been raped, every young lady that's been violated and minimized and woo-doo. I'm gonna be that voice to help all these women deal with their shit. All these people that have been on drugs, man, so many of them come out of it and they're on fire. They're burning with love and passion to help other people that's been strung out on dope. Why? Because they know the story. They've been there. And so all the hell that they've gone through, man, it's lit a fire within them so that they can help other people that's been there. And so whatever it is that you're dealing with, same thing with suicide, same thing with depression. When you go through the fucking fire, you go through the cocoon stage and you come out of it as a butterfly. You come out as a butterfly so that you can reach back and help the others, so that you can be this beacon of hope, of love, of beauty, of compassion. Why? Because you've gone through the fire. You've gone through the loneliness. You've gone through the isolation. And you didn't just go through it. You grew through it. You grew through it. And so many people ask me, now, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Your purpose is within you. Your purpose is all the shit that you've gone through. Your purpose is everything that's ever got you fucked up as being a beacon of hope and love, because the reality, there's millions of people going through what you went through. There's millions of people that's about to go through what you've been through. And who better to tell them that they can make it out of this than somebody who just made it out, other than somebody who just got their wings and they're able to just fly gracefully. And you could tell them, man, I've been right there with you. I was strung out just like you. I was locked up in the pen just like you. I was addicted to dope just like you. I was addicted to gambling, addicted to sex just like you. I was banging and doing stupid shit just like you. I was chasing all the wrong men, looking for love in all the wrong places just like you. I was abused and beaten by my ex-husband and all my boyfriends just like you. I was unwanted by my family. They put me up. They mistreated me. They dogged me out. What they would, just like you. And because I made it out, I'm here to tell you, I'm here to show you that you can make it out too. That you can make it through this. You don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to die in this little pit. You don't have to die in this darkness. You have a purpose, a beautiful purpose. But you have to breathe. You have to exhale and let the negative, toxic shit just fall away. Because that's what it does naturally. All the toxic, negative shit that weighs us down, it will naturally just fall away. The problem is we keep picking the shit up. The problem is we keep it going because we keep thinking about it. So we don't even allow the negativity and the toxic and the bullshit stuff to just fall away. my hope and prayer is that you just learn how to breathe. Just taking a big breath and just let it out. And just keep doing it over and over. And as you breathe in, I'm breathing in new life. I'm breathing in more love. Try to call me. As I'm breathing in more love, more compassion, more understanding, more wisdom. And I'm exhaling. I'm releasing all of that toxic energy. I'm letting the shit go. I'm done with it. I'm done with it because I've learned the lessons. I've learned what they meant, what they were created to show me. All the crap that I went through it to teach me some things, to show me who I am, to show me my purpose, to show me how loving I am, to show me how loved I am, to show me how powerful I really am. And now that I've learned these lessons, I can let these things go. I can let these people go. Because I'm good. I'm good right where I'm at. And the more I do this, the more beautiful life becomes. The more I do this, the more peace I have. The more I do this, the more abundance flows within my life. The more I do this, the closer I get to the love of my life. The more I do this, the more loving of myself I become. The more grateful I become. Man, family, my beautiful queen and I, man, we pray over you guys each and every night. We pray over you guys every night. And tonight we'll be praying over you guys as well. If there's anything that you guys would like for us to pray over specifically, man, just leave a comment on the live or go back to the YouTube video and just leave a comment there and we'll pray for that as well. And I love you guys. I value you guys. You can make it through whatever it is you're going through. You can make it through whatever it is, whatever situation you're in. You can make it through this. I'm speaking from experience. I love you. I love each and every one of you. My queen loves you guys. Man, we'll be back on tomorrow evening at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Happy healing. Peace.